Hey everyone, I'm Lloyd and welcome to my channel all about Apple HomeKit. Today's video is going to be an interesting one because I'm trying a brand that I've never tried before, Aqara. Aqara reached out to me and asked if I'd be willing to try some of their products, and being in the HomeKit space, I had certainly heard of them, but I've never actually used their products. So thank you to Aqara for sending me these products free of charge. This video is not sponsored, and like always, you will get my honest opinion. I've had a couple of weeks now to try these out, so I hope this video helps you decide if Aqara products are a worthy addition to your smart home. So who is Aqara? Aqara is based out of China and they've been a brand since 2016. Their products are available throughout the world and they launched in Canada on Amazon.ca last November. However, there does seem to be some limited availability at the moment for many of their products. According to Aqara, their vision is to provide customers with comprehensive smart home products and solutions that are beautifully designed, affordable, and easy to use. Aqara supports HomeKit, Google Home, and Amazon Alexa, but of course my focus will be on HomeKit. Because I have a HomeKit Smart Home, I know Aqara is a popular brand and people love them because of their quality and especially their price. HomeKit products have historically been on the expensive side compared to other smart home ecosystems, so having a budget-friendly option is a welcome addition to HomeKit. Let's talk about price. These products are super affordable, and just to give you a quick comparison, the Aqara door and window sensor is $19.99 versus $40 to $50 for much of its competition. And Aqara's motion sensor is $19.49 versus $25 to $50. The light switch is $39.99 compared to about $20 to $60, so pretty big range, and Aqara kind of fits right in the middle. Aqara's indoor 1080p camera is $74.99 versus $99 to $179. And their button is $17.99 versus about $50 for many of its competition. IKEA is another brand out there that has some inexpensive products, so could be worth checking out. I've heard some mixed reviews on how well they actually perform, but I've never actually tried them out myself. So I just wanted to mention that as another budget-friendly option. The above are in US dollars. As a Canadian, I typically quote the cost in Canadian dollars. However, on Amazon.ca, the product availability direct from Aqara is a bit limited right now. Several Canadian product listings that I've seen have increased prices and are sold by retailers other than Aqara. I will include affiliate links in the description and indicate the products that are available in Canada. Aqara products do require a hub to connect. I know for some people this is a deal breaker, and I get it. Too many hubs can be a pain and it's an additional cost. Aqara hubs aren't your typical hubs though. For example, I love Philips Hue and Lutron Caseta, but their hubs basically do one thing, and that's allowing me to use their products. Which is fine, it does what I need them to do. The Aqara hubs, on the other hand, offer several advanced features like built-in speakers and alarms, infrared transmitters, and in the case of the one that Aqara sent me, a 1080p camera. It's great to see Aqara adding value to their hubs by adding those additional features. I will link an article and video from HomeKit News that compares all of the different hubs if you want to learn more. Personally, my preference is Thread since my HomePod Minis and my Apple TV 4K 2nd generation are all Thread border routers. And you guys know from my previous videos that I'm building out my Thread network. But honestly, I prefer a hub over using Bluetooth, which tends to be slow with short range, or Wi-Fi, which uses a lot of power and it's not great for those battery-operated devices. The Aqara Hub uses Zigbee, so it's energy efficient and fast. Price isn't everything though. Reliability and speed are a huge factor. It has to work and be responsive in order for it to be worth it. So let me show you the products that I'm testing out today, then I'll go through the setup and we'll see how well they work. Let's start with the G2H Hub. This is a 1080p indoor camera with a 140-degree wide-angle lens that plugs in using micro USB and connects using the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band, so it doesn't need a hardwired Ethernet connection. And best of all, it supports HomeKit Secure Video. There is a spot for a micro SD card that you can purchase separately if you wish, and this will allow for continuous recording. HomeKit Secure Video is an included service for iCloud subscribers with at least 200 gigabytes of storage. The 200 gigabyte plan is $399 here in Canada, and it allows for one camera, or $12.99 for 2 terabits, and that allows for up to 5 cameras. And with iCloud Plus that was just announced at WWDC, this means that come fall, the previous limit of 5 HomeKit Secure cameras will increase to unlimited. And yes, this is also a hub and it communicates to its child devices using Zigbee 3.0. You can connect up to 62 devices to this one hub. But if that's not enough, then check out the newest M2 hub that was just released, and it allows for 128 child devices. If anyone out there thinks they'll max that out, then please let me know in the comments. I also have a door and window sensor, a motion sensor, and this button which is capable of 3 actions, a single, double, and long press, similar to most other buttons on the market today. My first impression of these products is that they're very small. I've seen photos and other videos featuring Aqara products, but I was still surprised by the size once I had them in my hand. I set up the G2H Hub in our great room in between our shutters and our window. I'm not a huge fan of indoor cameras through the house, but having it look out in our backyard allows us to keep an eye on the back and check in on the kids while they're playing and jumping on the trampoline. This provides some added home security, and it works out perfectly for me because I could just connect it using Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet, and then I just have this short power cord connected to a nearby outlet. The G2H does have a pop-up stand that you can pop out and twist, allowing for multiple installation options. The base is magnetic and it comes with an optional metal plate that you can use for mounting. Setup, to be honest, was a pain for me. Feedback from others is mixed, so hopefully you have a better experience. You need to download the Aqara app and you have the option to either create an account or you can set it up using Homekit mode. Using it in Homekit mode is definitely my preference, but I didn't notice this option at first, so I created an account. Once I discovered Homekit mode, I changed it and I used that for a while. But later on, I wanted to be able to test some of the other features that were only available in the Aqara app, but in order to do this you need to be signed in, and when I signed back in, none of my devices were there. I ended up having to re-add the hub, which was really frustrating. Luckily, once I did add the hub, HomeKit recognized there were other connected devices, so from there, adding back in my other accessories was fairly simple. I'm not saying this is a deal breaker. I mean, you only have to sign in once, at least in theory. But yeah, it was one of the more frustrating HomeKit setups that I've gone through, and I consider myself pretty tech savvy. Aside from the G2H Hub, the other accessories were pretty simple to add into HomeKit. The door and window sensor was straightforward. I've set this up in our master bedroom closet, and I added a basic automation that will turn my lights on when the door is opened and then off once closed. I placed the motion sensor in our ensuite bathroom, and I love how small and unobtrusive this thing is. It has an adhesive for mounting and you're able to twist it for added flexibility. I recommend not adhering it anywhere until you find the right spot. I placed the button on my side table beside the couch in our great room to control some of my favorite scenes. Setup was simple, however, it did take a while for it to finally show up in HomeKit for whatever reason. Now let's talk about performance because this is the most important for me. The G2H camera performs surprisingly well for its size and the price. It's pretty fast to respond and the picture is pretty clear, especially considering I have mine looking through my back window. My main purpose for the G2H is the hub, so the camera is really just an added bonus for me. Onto the door and window sensor, I was so impressed with this device. I don't have crazy high expectations when it comes to a door and window sensor, just that it responds fast and that it works every time. And this one is fast. It's basically instant and I haven't had any issues with it not responding. The lights literally seem to turn on faster than I can open the door. This is pretty awesome. The motion sensor was fine, but nothing special. It detects motion, and it's fairly quick, but not instant. It detects motion every 60 seconds, and oddly, this can't be customized. When setting up an automation in HomeKit to turn lights on upon detecting a motion, you can set it to turn off after a set duration. Since this is in our ensuite and someone could be having a shower, I have mine set to turn on my Lutron Caseta lights upon detecting motion, then turn off after 30 minutes. If motion is detected at that 60-second interval, then the 30-minute timer will restart. I also have it customized to turn on at different brightness levels depending on the time of day. One thing I find frustrating is that this motion sensor has a light sensor built in, which was pretty exciting when I heard about it because that opens up a lot of automation possibilities. However, for some reason this feature is not exposed to HomeKit, not even when using the Eve app or the Home Plus 5 app. This is unfortunate. I mean, the hardware's already there, so why not? You can set up automations in the Aqara app based on light levels, but this only works to control other Aqara accessories, so not very useful in my opinion, unless maybe you're coupling it with an Aqara light switch. The button has been rock solid so far. I love having physical controls around the house for added convenience. I have mine set up like this. Single press is chill time, that's my evening relax scene. Double press is show time, so this is for movies and TV shows. And then long press is my good night scene, so this locks my front doors, closes my garage door, turns off my basement and main floor lights, and then turns on my second floor lights as we're getting ready for bed. So far this has worked every single time and it's super fast, like instant. Really, I have no complaints at all, and I can already see myself buying a ton more of these buttons. So does it make sense to log into the Aqara app, or is using HomeKit mode fine? Like most things, it depends. There's some automations that can only be set up in the Aqara app, like the light sensor that I mentioned earlier. Automations are set up using a simple if and then action. If you have a lot of Aqara accessories in your home, then I could see this being really helpful. There's an alarm mode that you can trigger depending on the hub you're using, which could be great for a security system. For example, you could use the motion sensor to trigger an alarm on a compatible hub if unexpected motion was detected, or if a door and window was opened. So that's pretty cool. You can also set up push notifications based on something being triggered. Maybe you have a door and window sensor on your fridge. You could say that if the fridge door has been open for more than 2 minutes, then to send a notification. This is also pretty neat and not something that can be done right in HomeKit. So as a first-time Aqara user, what are my overall thoughts? Well, I'm still getting used to the Aqara lineup. The initial setup was not smooth for me, but honestly, that's something that you only have to go through once, and for many of you, I'm sure you'll have a better experience than I did. The price for these accessories is excellent, and I'm loving the speed that you get with Zigbee. These are so much faster than Bluetooth, and I'm so happy with both the speed and response time. Time will tell how these accessories hold up, but so far so good. Aqara has other accessories as well, including a smart plug, a water leak sensor, temperature and humidity sensor, and a vibration sensor. They also have a light switch that they sent me, and I'm gonna try this out soon, and I'll share my thoughts on a future video. That's it for today's video though. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe so you can catch my future videos. If you have any questions, then please leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.